Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the German national stream. Today I'm Felix Dinitzer. I'm the Austrian leaderboard leader, and we will be casting the German national today in standard from Unity League. Today we have, I think it's 41 or 47 players. Should be 47 players or 48 players competing for the German trophy. Let me check if I can see how many players it will be there. So 39 players pre-registered and 10 players with physical deck lists. So it's a total of 49 players. We are playing a total of 7 rounds of Swiss today, featuring a cut to top 8 tomorrow for the glory of the first place, which is a tropical island, altered by Shivan art. And yeah, let's see about what's happening today. Today is the nationals, German nationals, finishing the top players going to be playing at the European Magic Cup in Bologna next year, likely in February in Q1, competing for 20,000 cash prize money. So I'm really excited to see today, of these 49 players, the top 8 players will qualify for the European Magic Cup, competing in Bologna. So some exciting matching today. 7 rounds of standards, lots of Vivi, lots of mono red, lots of blue black, some spicy decks. I already scouted some of the decks. We have some crazy stuff like Timur, Battle Crier. We have 4-color control, multiple 4-color control decks actually, like back of the Dark Cheska deck days. We have Omniscience combo decks. We have Pixie decks. We also have some new Spies of Spider-Man cards with the Living End deck, kind of the Living End in quotation marks. It's playing the Superior Spider-Man and trying to reanimate the Bringer of the Last Gift, which basically does the Living End effect. And also lots of EV carbon, of course. Some weapons manufacturing decks as well. So lots of spicy decks happening today. And I think we just jump right into the first round. So for round 1, we have Alexander Meyer featured, who is the leaderboard leader of the season 1. So he finished first in the Unity League leaderboard. I think he collected like over 3,000 points this year. Let me see. I will double check. Yes. He collected 3,402 points, finishing first place in Europe. Close second, Myra, and third place, Andreas Rehling, which we will also have playing today, maybe on stream later. We will see. So for now, let's jump right into round 1, I would say. You have it already here. Perfect. So we see on the left side / top side is Alexander Meyer. And on the right side is his opponent Jan Schmidt. I think he's ranked 9th place in Germany. Let me double check the German leaderboard. He's actually ranked 6 in the German leaderboard, playing lots of modern, lots of legacy, decent win rates. Alex, of course, already qualified due to finishing first place, but still competes for the prizes, for the maybe securing a slot for his teammate, whatever. So let's see. I think Alex won the die roll. We see him on his trusty blue-red cauldron list against Jan Schmidt, who is playing mono red. The stream will be updated later, since we got some paper deck lists for round 1. Oh, okay, Jan won the die roll, leads off with, I think that's the Hired Claw, the best start of the mono red deck, I think. Applies lots of pressure. And Alex is just a Spire Bluff Canal and Pass. We see a Torch the Tower in hand, which he doesn't use, or masterfully baits Jan Schmidt into activating the Hired Claw, so Alex basically time walking him for 1 point of damage. Second Spire Bluff into fear of missing out, discarding a card and drawing a new one. That's the Winter Night Stories that can be harmonized back from the graveyard. Harmonize is a new mechanic. You can tap a creature, reduce the cost by its power, and then pay the rest. So if it taps the FOMO, this harmonize would cost 3 to flashback or to harmonize. This Winter Night Stories. We have some sounds of the players in the background. It's okay. I can make them a little bit louder for you guys, I think. So you can hear what they're talking. Third land from Jan. That's an abrade. So he goes for the abrade on the FOMO. Not trying to run into Spell Pierce or any buffing shenanigans. There's Steamcore Scholar, drawing 2 cards, discarding a creature with flying or an instant or sorcery or 2 cards. And we see Alex has the VV ready to discard. That's the key card of this deck. If you're new to Standard, how this deck works is you play Agatha Soul Conjurer, trying to exile a VV on it here from your graveyard. And this combination grants all creatures you control with counters on them the mana ability from VV. So you're gonna make lots of mana, play lots of spells, draw lots of cards, generate more counters with Profts, Edict Memory, or by discarding cards for Marauding Marco. So basically making an engine that's unstoppable, refueling itself every time you draw cards and discard cards, make new counters on creatures, and then just basically one hit the opponent in a swing or present a board state that's unbeatable for the opponent. The one red deck usually tries to apply pressure, has a decent matchup into VV since it's so fast and can punish these card draw effects. But for now, this game we see Jan kind of getting baited into the turn 1 remove spell from Alex and now plays Nova Hellkite for its warp costs, so 3 mana instead of 5, but the dragons gets excellent in the end step. Alex plays his 4th line as well, and there we see Quantum Riddler drawing an additional card. And there's the Soul Conjurer. Okay, so Alex has the combo assembled. He will exile the VV and put a counter on the Quantum Riddler. This can now generate 5 mana. That's crazy. For Standard. Imagine turn 4, you make 5 extra mana. So let's see what Alex can do with it. Kind of a very, very good draw. Has the turn 1 removal spell, has the turn 2 FOMO, turn 3 a creature that discards VV, and turn 4 Cauldron and Riddler. So he makes 4 blue mana and instantly uses the Riddler to harmonize, drawing extra cards. Now he's looking for a Prof's Edict Memory, which I think he found, so he can put more counters on his Steamcore Scholar and generate more mana post-combat even. Build quality is mies, okay. So for me it looks very good, the quality of the screen. Maybe it's the stream that's lagging or having bad quality. I will double check on my phone. Oh yeah, the stream quality is quite bad, yeah. It's very blurry. Thanks for pointing me out, because for me it's working perfectly fine. Let me see if I can fix that. I will message. Yeah, for me the camera, the audio, and the camera is working perfectly fine. I see everything clear, but it's not. I see it's very, very blurry on my phone as well. So let's try to message someone to get it sorted out.
Und dann der Otter hat zweimal Prowess wegen Stories und Lost. Das ist ja 3 Power. Dann würde ich mir 5 noch eine Story Summon ein. Die 3. Discard 2.
We will try to get it fixed, don't worry about it. So what we missed in the meantime, we are playing 7 rounds today of Swiss, and I think we have 49 players, if I'm correct. So almost 50 players, 7 rounds Swiss. I texted Yari to see if we can fix the stream. Yeah, what happened in between is that Alex made lots of mana, played a new Steamcore Scholar, played a Marauding Macro, played a Storm Chaser's Talent, and drew a bunch of extra cards with Winter Stories, and attacked Jan for, I think, 7 damage. So, pretty good stuff. Now, this is what I've talked about before, the unbeatable board position.
Super, ich habe auch nur.
Aber ich habe halt auch super viele Länder und alles nachgezogen.
That the VV deck can create in a single turn.
Halt, aber jetzt war halt dann.
And yeah, Jan just scoops it up.
Ich muss kurz mein Sideboard werfen.
Even if he just plays the Hellkite again for a second time, doesn't really do anything.
Ja, das war auch schon.
Das hat einfach sehr gut allein in meiner Hand.
Let me see if I can do anything. So, like roughly 30 people declined to play or said I don't have time. I mean, it's understandable. Rosenheim is in the south of Germany. So if you're maybe from the north, like Hamburg or Berlin, it's maybe a too far travel for you to do for playing this tournament. Also, Standard isn't the most popular right now, as we know. But yesterday there were last chance qualifiers, and I think 2 or 3 players qualified via the last chance yesterday. Were competing today. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video for a second. Is it better if I show, is it now looking better? The stream? Please can you tell me if it's still blurry with my camera? Is it, for my phone, my camera looks perfectly fine, like I have my phone here. So it's really only the video file that's so blurry, right? Cam quality is perfect, yeah. The video is also perfect for me on when I'm watching it on my screen, but as soon as I start it, it becomes blurry. Huh. Okay, I will just try to restart the video. Let me start it once again. Das Problem ist, die Kamera, also bei mir am PC ist das Bild super smooth. Also das Bild ist wirklich total perfekt. Und es ist nur eben, also ich sehe alles total scharf, gar nicht blurry, gar nichts. Und hier ist es halt, also bei mir ist es perfekt. Genau. Und ihr seht einfach nichts. Und ich sehe es halt nur verschwommen. Okay, let's try again if it's better now. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So it looks good now. Let's see if it will continue like this. If I jump ahead. Looks fine now. Maybe it was just the restart issue. Okay, perfect. So Alex won the first round, as we saw. What's happening post sideboard? They want a red deck. Adds more removal for the Cauldron combo. More also stuff like Magebane Lizard, punishing Alex to playing multiple spells every turn. And Alex's deck tries to basically play a more control-ish game, takes out some of the combo parts, since they are not that great against Mono Red, and brings in more removal, more grindy cards, also some sweepers like Pyroclasm maybe. A Obliterating Bolt. We already see a sideboard card in his hand. That's 2 mana deal 4 damage. Yeah, now it looks very good. I mean, I think it's fine-ish. Let's try again with high resolution on my phone.
Echt tief auf jeden Fall.
Yeah, Alex says, okay. Yeah, it looks fine. I will tell him to just clean the camera lens once more maybe and then try for the future rounds if it's better. So we have here Alex keeping Marauding Marco into FOMO with removal spell and 4 lands. That's like a solid keep. Making a 1 mana 2-2 basically, a 2 mana 2-3 and having a removal open. Yeah, and mulligan to 6 as far as I could see. We have the Emberheart Challenger attacking in for 2 with haste and prowess. Alex plays Starting Town, and here we see the fear of missing out, discarding a beautiful Sign Forest by many of his opponents. He always does that every round, every big tournament he goes to, he brings a basic and asks his opponents and friends to sign the basic. That's quite nice. Okay, I just double checked that we get the camera cleaned a little bit between rounds and then it should be fine. Interesting attack here by Jan, attacking into a 2-2 and a 2-3 with his own 2-2, basically implying, okay, I have a combat trick, I have a burn spell, I have something in my hand to at least make this a 3-3. So it could be likely just having a burst lightning, I can kill you 2-2 and eat your 3-3. So it's they have good free attack basically. And I think Alex clearly identified that this is no blocks.
Spiel mal noch einen Lightning Strike auf. Ja, auf die Promo.
Dann gehe ich auf 15.
Ja, dann noch du.
Der Rising Bolt.
Der Exile,
Ja.
oder?
Auf 18. Dann bist du.
You see Alex simply playing Obliterating Bolt, exiling the Empire Challenger, not taking further damage from this creature. And Jan did the Lightning Strike after blocks to kill the Fumo and get 1 extra damage with the Prowess trigger. We go Winterland Stories now, drawing 3, discarding likely 1 card, maybe 2, getting 2 counters on the Marco. So here we see Alex outracing the mono red deck, which is crazy. We see discarding a land and the Quantum Riddler drawing the Marco by 2 counters, making it a 4-4. And yeah, that's one of the cool things of Winternet Stories. You have to discard 2 cards or a creature card. But you can still choose to discard 2 cards while discarding a creature card to improve its power and toughness. And this already looks quite rough for Jan. I'm not sure, we don't have decklist for round 1 yet, or maybe I can look at it. But I don't think Jan has a way to deal with a 4 power creature besides Witchstalker Frenzy. He plays 2 Obliterating Bolts in sideboard, but I don't think this is the matchup for Obliterating Bolt. Oh, actually he has a Bolt, okay, never mind. He plays Obliterating Bolt, exiling the Marco, and Alex responds with a hardcast Quantum Riddler. I think he drew 2 cards while I was not looking, since he has few cards in hand. Gets in Jan down to 10. So playing the aggressive role here. Oh, double Storm Chaser's Tenant. And activation of Soulstone Sanctuary. So he can likely threat leave next turn with a single spell. Finally, we have the 3rd land for Jan, but it's likely too late. Even a Screaming Nemesis won't save him here. if his best play is to play Amber Heart Challenger, it's not look and attacking. Wow, that's an aggressive attack. I think Alex last card is a Pyroclasm. He double blocks. Very interesting. Because anyways, the Pyroclasm does nothing. He draws 2 of the Riddler. This card is so good, it's crazy. Now I drew a FOMO. I don't see another card. Maybe just like... Oh, that's another Riddler. Wow. Draw 1 of the Warp. I think should have played discarding the Pyroclasm and now drawing 3 cards. Oh wow. If he finds a Prof, is it lethal? No, it's 8. Okay. But how can Alex lose this game?
Turtle.
There's the Turtle, 05 blocker.
Turtle kann dagegen.
Ja, die tut halt die Nemesis super gut beantworten und ist sonst auch nicht so bad, wenn man die
Yeah, now he explains, okay, yeah, I'm playing this to deal with Screaming Nemesis.
Ja.
05 against the 3-3, quite good. He unfinds the 4 flank from top, but already the Quantum Riddler is so hard march to deal from mono right, and it's like 2 lightning strikes or Witch Stalker Frenzy and Shock, and it's like so much to ask for anyways. Does Alex have Delirium already? I think so. It's like land, sorcery, instant, creature, enchantment, yeah.
5 auf die machen.
So he just the main phase kills the FOMO for 4 mana, 4 mana. That's crazy, and that's just lethal on board.
Er war
Yeah.
einfach viel zu lang stuck und dann konnte sich nicht so gut
So stuck too long on lands, and in the end,
Ich hatte ein drittes Land auf der Starthand, aber ich
also not quite an impressive draw from the mono red player, and Alex had really great draws both games, to be honest. Also masterfully navigated, being patient in the first game, getting the explosiveness from the VV deck, and now exploiting the Riddlers, drawing multiple cards. So Alex wins round 1, 2 games to 0. And this was rather quickly 19-minute match. I'm sorry. So we'll have a break now until we get the video of round 2 in. But first of all, I will talk about what's Unity League. Unity League is the European Unity League is kind of similar to the old Planeswalker point system, if you still remember it. You can collect points playing your weekly at your local store, playing in FNM, playing in RCQs, or playing even in Spotlight Series or destination qualifiers, or even the regional championships, or also big tournaments like Four Seasons, or I think there's like Swedish Masters and stuff, and this Spanish tournament. I forgot the name sadly. So all these big events award more points. You can see it here. Local events have a 1-time multiplier. Regional events have a 3 times multiplier. Qualifiers, especially Unity League qualifiers, they are qualifiers that qualify directly to the Magic Cup have a 5 times qualifier, a 5 times multiplier, and the Grand Prix has a 6 times multiplier. So after a whole year, or after a season basically, season 1 was from January this year until the end of September, and now we're already in season 2, so the nationals are counting for season 2 points already, and the next season starts from October this year until end of September next year, so it's really be an entire year, not just 9 months. And then we have again next year nationals, and this year's nationals qualify you to the European Magic Cup. So depending on the number of players in the country, there are roughly between 40 and 100 or 120 players qualified for the nationals. And of each of those countries, it's like I think between 2 and 8 players who can qualify for the European Magic Cup. Today we have I think 49 players. Top 8 qualifies for the European Unity League Finals, the European Magic Cup in Bologna next year, where you can play for 20,000 euros in prizes. There are formats like Pauper, Modern, and Standard, I think, and there's also a team sealed, like a nation team sealed. So that's I think very cool format. About qualifiers, of course, you can also ask your store to host a qualifier. I think there were 32 qualifiers or 16, either one of those numbers this year already. Also already a qualifier at BB Spiele earlier this year, where Alex Meyer won. So he's already qualified without finishing top 4 in the nationals. And you can see the beautiful prize support here. For the first place, of course, we have the qualifier championship trophy, as we saw on Alex's profile picture. The championship trophy, the mat, the play mat, sponsored by Heavy Play. Check out Heavy Play products. They have really, really amazing deck boxes, especially the one from first to fourth place. These IFG deck box max, I love them. You can see the front card of your deck. You can showcase your favorite card. Maybe it's a VV or it's a lightning bolt, whatever, or even the Raga one if you're playing Sui Modern or some control cards in Legacy. So yeah, this is some great prizes you can win in these qualifiers, and they are sponsored by Heavy Play. So for all Unity League qualifiers, and of course, as you can see in the middle of the picture, these beautiful first to fourth place file strands with an altered sleeve. So this is the new image free file strand with like this perfect size that's altered on with the Ragavan and the border and the European Unity League logo. It's very, very cool pricing. Today, the first place will get a tropical island altered by Shivan Art, and we don't have the image up yet, but it will be up later, I promise. So now round two is still going on. Maybe we can see if we already have a feature match. Ooh, it's again Alex Meyer this round. That's nice. So we get to see back to back Alex, I guess. Um, but yeah, so we have to wait until sadly the round two is over, the match, and then we will watch the recording of it. Stream looks fine to me now. So I will take a short break now. Short break. You can see me here. Hi. We'll do a short break. After this round, we will get a winner's interview with Alex about his previous round and maybe the following round. But for now, we sadly have to take a short break. We try to get everything set with the deck list from Alex and his opponent. And you can enjoy short break, and we'll be back soon with more live magic, more standard, more great VV Cauldron prowess. So let me set the timer 1 second. Yeah. So we have the timer, let's say for now 20 minutes, and I will give you an update in 20 minutes regarding Okay, I'm back from the break. We have some exciting news for you. Round two is still going on, but they're playing game three. So we'll have a very, very long round two feature match. And then we basically remove the delay for the rest of the tournament. So there will be only short breaks. We will have Alex here soon for the winners interview from round one. So I think roughly 5 to 10 more minutes. I will put another timer and then we'll be back for round two action, winners interview, everything. So due to the short round one, it was a little bit of a longer break, but after that, we got it sorted. This round is already going on for over 30 minutes. So we'll have an exciting feature match coming up for round two. Let's stay issue with the live broadcasts. So, like 10 more minutes maybe, and then we can continue with the round two of the German nationals. So don't go away. Set yourself a timer, maybe get yourself some food, put a pizza into the oven, perfect time, 10 minutes or 15 minutes to make a pizza. And enjoy yourself while I will be back in a few minutes to bring you round two. Perfect professional streamer here. Muted myself. Welcome back. Next to me sitting Alex Meyer. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, the rank 1 Unity League player. He finished first place on the leaderboard, and we saw him playing run 1 on stream. So how did you do in run 1? You won quickly,
I won.
right?
I had very good draws,
Yeah.
to be fair, and my opponent had like pretty mediocre hands.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first game, he didn't have a 2-drop, and then I could torch his 1-drop in response to the activation, which obviously gave me like a lot of time.
Yeah, basically
And
time
then,
locked him.
yeah, exactly. Then he also had to answer my FOMO, and it just gave me enough time to dig for the combo pieces, and he didn't have the cards to apply enough pressure.
Yeah.
He told me he kept 4 lands and 3 spells because he thought if he mulls to 6, it's basically the same. And then he just kind of flooded.
Yeah.
And in the second game, he had to mull to 6, and then he bottomed a land because he wanted enough action, and he didn't find the third land for quite some time, which allowed me to, again, with like bounce spells, removal, and like my own Mako that he had to answer, get a lot of time, and then I could use the time to like hardcast Riddlers, and if I can hardcast Riddler on an empty board, the matchup is pretty much won.
Like in game 2, you were more aggressive than the mono red.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fun to watch, seeing the mono red players struggling. So, how are you excited for this Nationals?
I'm very excited. I started playing after Nationals weren't a thing anymore, so I'm very happy that they are somewhat back, and I'm really excited for the coming rounds.
Yeah. And you already qualified for the European Magic Cup. I think it's called European Magic Cup. So
yeah, but I have a bit of an own goal. I wanted to qualify through each possible way, so I qualified through a qualifier already and through first place on the leaderboard. So I want to make top 8 today. Obviously, I would also like to win, but
so winning the first round, great start to the tournament, being 1-0. And anything you want to know about the deck? Maybe you want to tell them. I think we saw you playing with Cardron. Is it the best deck?
I think it's very clearly the best deck. I think like a lot of people still think that the mono red matchup is very favored for mono red, but I think it's only slightly favored or even. Especially like I have 10 cards I bought in, and then I cut the whole combo and I play more of a control value game, where I also apply like some pressure with my creatures, obviously, but I have a ton of removal, and like the Aegis Turtles are really good in the matchup. They answer the Nemesis very well, and then, as I said, you ideally want to get to a spot where you can hardcast Riddler with a decent life total, and then you can stabilize very well because they are Nova Hellkite is a lot weaker because it can't attack into the Riddler, and if you have one turtle, you just stall their Nemesis indefinitely. And since this matchup isn't as bad anymore, and all of the other matchups are like okay to good, like especially Dimir, which is the third most played deck, is I think a very, very good matchup for us. So I think Vivi is definitely the best deck currently.
And are you happy with your list, with your choices, your 75 cards?
We worked a lot on the list as a team, and I think we came up with a pretty good list. I think playing Norman is correct. He was very good for me today.
Is it the paper name is also Norman, or is it the online
The
name?
paper name is Norman Osborn, or Green Goblin on the backside, and the online name is Garban something, and the backside is Fleam, I think. And we're also playing talents, which I think are really important to like get your bargain online and just have more 1-drops. They also help you transition into a better late game because obviously you can rebuy some spells. And we are much leaner on the 3-drop, which I think is also really important against mono red because the 3-drops are very bad into their 2-drops. You don't want to play Terza or Scholar when they have the hate bear that pings you for every time you draw that.
Or Needlehead.
Exactly. And generally, you want to be in the matchup. You want to improve your own board state while also keeping theirs down. So if you can play like Fear of Missing Out and Torch a Tower on turn 3, it's a lot better than playing one Scholar. So I think, I'm very happy with the list.
And that also explains, I guess, why you take out the combo since Cardron doesn't advance
exactly.
on board.
Cardron doesn't do anything. Then they also sometimes bring in a Braid, so it's also weaker. You can play Vivi on 3 oftentimes because it dies to a lot of their removal, and then it's just,
too clunky, makes sense.
Exactly, and there are also like no other cards you really want to cut besides what you're already cutting because everything like works very well. So I prefer bringing in all of the removal and the 4th Riddler and playing more of a mid-range control game.
Yeah, sounds great. It worked out perfectly fine in round 1. So I'm gonna wish you best of luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
And it was nice having to you. Any shout outs, any last words you want to give to the stream? Maybe greet your parents or whatever,
Shout out to Team Peace. And shout out to Fabio if he's watching right now and not.
Not sure if you can see. We have 20 viewers, so it dropped a little bit into the break. But yeah,
Makes sense.
thanks. Good luck. And
Thank you for having me.
see you in the top 8, I guess.
Hopefully.
Or maybe in the future rounds in streaming. Who knows? Okay, bye. Good luck, have fun. So that was Alex Meyer, rank 1 Unity League leaderboard of the 2025 season. And now I think we are actually ready with round 2. Let me give a double check real quick. Round 2 is uploaded perfect. And we will also have a commentator joining any minute. So I will ping him on Discord. He can join. So let's see if he will join. I will already share the new round 2. Make it ready. So round 2 is uploaded. We're just waiting for Bartek now. If you don't know him, fellow Polish streamer, content creator. I think modern specialist. He was very popular with playing Underworld's Breach. Hello. Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine. How are you? Yeah, we're playing standard. Yeah, exactly. I was just giving you an introduction. Maybe you can introduce yourself to the others. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's great. I think he finished actually first place in the end, but let's see. They said they don't hear you. Perfect. So everything was useless, you just said, I guess. Let me double check. Yes, I add you to scene. Can you hear him now, chat? Can you tell me? Now.
Testing.
Yes. Now it shows me the blue light. So now we should be able to hear you. Chat, can you say something?
I checked the stream and I think I'm here.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
So everybody, hello, I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Bartek. I'm a Magic player and a content creator. I love all things competitive Magic, and I'm super excited to watch some competitive Magic here today. I already saw that we were watching some amazing players with Alexander Meyer, the number 1 on the Unity League leaderboard in Germany. So that's amazing, and well, I'm excited to see some more great Magic. Yeah, no camera today. Sorry about the connecting to camera. I don't know what that is about, but
yeah, it's trying to load your camera. Yeah, but anyways, let's get right into the match. I don't know I think it's Alex again, actually. Funnily enough. Yeah, because we decided to feature round 1 every table, every round. Table 1 every round, like this. And
so this is like the GP Reed Duke back in the day, right? Yeah, just GP Alexander Meyer. How about that?
Exactly. Now he's on the right side. Previous round he was sitting on the left side, but we have Alex playing his Cauldron deck again. And the top deck is Alex Schmidhuber. He's playing Timo Battlecryer. You will see shortly. We have some paper deck lists that take longer to upload them to the Unity League page and stuff.
Amazing. Do we have deck lists, like actual full deck lists? Do they play open deck lists in this tournament?
They don't play open deck lists, but I have the deck lists for you if you want them.
Yeah, I would love to see them, yes.
I will send you on Discord in DMs, I guess.
Yep, that sounds fine.
This one is Alex deck list. And Alexander Meyer's deck list. We have 2 Alex here, right?
Oh yeah.
Common Austrian name.
Common Austrian name, okay. I see.
The German name, yeah. And Alex Schmidhubers. We can just say like Alexander and Alex maybe. let's see.
Ooh, playing some Norman Osborn. That's exciting. New card.
Yeah, there's a trophy leader on Modo right now. I think his name is like Game Dive or something. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but he was testing with Alex for this tournament, and he tried out the Normans, and they've been doing very well for them. Like doing surprise leaf out of nowhere with FOMO and Profts and getting multiple unblockable attacks in. So
Yeah,
cool
you
card.
can even flip it with starting towns. Pretty exciting.
You can also flip it with Cauldron. It's
Oh, that's right. That's sick.
I expected more from the Yakmov goat.
Yeah. Cauldron is such a complicated card here. You never really know what's going to happen. All right, so starting right off right now, we have a Norman Osborn coming down right on turn 2, right? That's a Norman Osborn.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the quality is a bit blurry for me, but
Yeah, let me check on stream. Last run we had the same issue, and I restarted the video, and then it was fine again.
yeah, I think on stream it's similarly
Yeah,
bad quality.
okay.
Yeah, even the European Unity League text is pretty bad.
Yeah, let me just restart it again, and it worked last time, so it's Omega blurry. Yeah, don't worry about it. Because for me, everything looks so perfectly fine,
Oh, this is good now, I think.
and now it should be better. We did the same thing last round, and I don't know what's the issue, but yeah. So we have the Norman Osborn.
Probably the best time for this card is on turn 2, right? To just follow it up with like a prosthetic memory or something along those lines. Start conniving.
Yeah, I'm pumping it immediately, getting some unblockable damage in. Also conniving a VV maybe, right?
Oh yeah, of course. You can connive a VV, play a Cauldron, you just go off.
And the good thing is it like already puts the count on itself with the connive, so you don't have to target it with the Cauldron ability necessarily. So yeah, we see a Braid taking care of it. There's the second copy of 2 Normans from Alexander Meyer. Do you know how this Teemo Battlecry deck works? Have you tried it before?
I have a rough idea that you're just supposed to like go off with a bunch of Timur battle criers that make your expensive cards like Railway Brawler cheaper, and you just copy your Railway Brawlers with Devastating Onslaught to just create a insane board. But yes, so that's like a combo deck that can also play a decent mid-range plan, like just beat down with large creatures. Not sure how effective it's gonna be against this this Cauldron deck, though. It is very powerful. It is also somewhat of a combo deck.
Yeah, so I think the combo is to play the Railway Brawler and then use Devastating Onslaught to create like 2 copies, and then it's like a 5/5 and a 10/10 or something like that. No, a 10/10 and a 20/20. Yeah, so
It becomes lethal very quickly.
it's like snowballing hard. Yeah. Is the video again blurry for you guys? Can you maybe give me a feedback? Maybe it's my.
Yeah, I think it's getting blurrier by the seconds.
Yeah.
Not sure why that is.
Maybe it's like the internet issue. I'm not quite sure. I can try to restart it once again, but yeah, unfortunately, it looks like there's no fix to it since it happened round 2 as well. Round 1 as well. So let me try to restart it once more. I'm sorry, guys, for the bad quality.
Yeah, when you start off, it's all right, but
yeah,
then it becomes worse quite quickly. All right, so we have a plotted Railway Brawler as far as I can see, and there's another Norman Osborn conniving away for Alex Meyer, and he is conniving out a VV. Does he have the Cauldron? Now,
Not
just
yet.
a fear of missing out. He's digging for it though.
And
Just land on the pass of the turn.
Can the Battlecry deck kill this turn? Like if they...
Well, I would assume so. If you do Devastating Onslaught for X equals 2, you make 2 copies of the Railway Brawler. So the Brawler is a 5/5, and then you make a 5/5 and a 10/10. I guess you can do 15 damage this turn and leave yourself a 15/15 Railway Brawler, or a 20/20 Railway Brawler. So that sounds enticing. But let's see if Alex Schmidt-Hubertos have the Devastating Onslaught.
There is the brawler, and I think it's the battle
looks
crier.
like a battle crier, yeah.
This one reduces the casting cost of 1 for each creature spell you have with power 4 or greater. And we have Floodmore in response. Okay. So no free drop can be played for 1 mana from Alex Schmidhuber's side. Alex playing the Floodmore right on time. Now still digging for the cauldron, I guess.
Yeah, Winter Assault is a great tool for this deck. With between all of those creatures growing, it's very easy to harmonize it back and just have a 1 mana divination essentially. Also, great way to discard your VVs and get some value. And here is the cauldron. Here's the cauldron. Here's the VV. Norman Osborn already has some counters. It's very likely for Alex Meyer to just pop off this turn. He gets so much mana. Not sure if he has any cards in hand. Does he have any cards in hand?
I think no.
Okay, so just the Winter Night Stories from the graveyard going to be able to be flashed back. Oh, but we have Into the Floodmo from Alex Schmidhuber on the Cauldron. So Vivi does get exiled, and Alex does get to put a counter on Vivi because of how the ability works, but he does not get the abilities on his creatures.
Still gets to swing in with the Delirious FOMO, making Norman attack a second time.
Yeah, Norman connives twice and grows another turn. Yeah, FOMO is great in this deck. He is attacking into a battle cry that can trade with the FOMO, but he would lose the crucial creature from his side because it is a 4/3. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's a 4/3, I think.
Yeah.
And you're more than happy to take the trade with the FOMO for the battle crier, I think, at this point.
Yeah, you get to loot some more with Norman Osborn, right?
So there are no public deck lists yet, but there will be on the Unity League website after this tournament. Check the autofocus of the webcam as a source in your program. Damn.
I think it's not autofocus because the letters of European Unity League are also blurry.
Yeah,
not sure what's the cause.
It's the video for me is running perfectly fine. Like everything is perfectly fine on my screen, and as soon as I like look at the Twitch screen and on your screen, it gets blurry everything. So I guess it's like a connection issue, that the connection is not good enough, maybe. Because for me, the camera, the gameplay, everything is crispy clear. But so my guess it's really a connection issue in the end. Or maybe like from the PC, it's a laptop I'm streaming off, maybe not enough.
Yeah, it sounds weird that it's dropping the quality, right?
Yeah,
but we have a creature that I'm not sure what it is coming down from Alex Schmidhuber's side. It did come in with a counter.
It's the flipped Esper Origins.
Oh, it's flipped Esper Origins. Okay, I see. I didn't see that was on Esper Origins in the graveyard. It must have gotten there via Survey Land, right?
I guess so, yeah.
I think there was a Hedge Maze.
Yeah, Hedge Maze was there.
Esper Origins is such a great card. I played that limited format a lot, and Esper Origins was just so good to cast. It just randomly really gave you so much value. It's such a nice card. Very excited to see it actually played in Standard. In multiple decks, actually. The Superior Spider-Man Reanimator deck also utilizes that card pretty well.
Is your scene a higher priority than your gameplay scene? Or you can check out if the closest your scene while streaming the gameplay scene. I mean, we're working in EVMux here. It's not like not OBS. But I tried to disable my camera. Maybe now it's working better. I will try to fix between rounds. Maybe
I think it's not deteriorating anymore. But yeah. I mean, we can roughly see what's going on.
Yeah. So basically, Alex Schmidhuber was in 7 life, and Alex is attacking, I think, again with Norman Osborn
that
twice.
Sounds like
and
lethal, yeah. Norman Osborn just being unblockable is absolutely fantastic here with the fear of missing out, as well as just the connives itself. It's just a one man army. It just grew by itself. Didn't need any help from any other card from Alexander, and it just ended the game by itself. So here you see the power of Norman Osborn. Very exciting.
Okay, so what are we looking for? I mean, you said you are preparing for Liverpool, right?
Yes, I
Are,
am. Yes.
are you playing Cauldron yourself, or you don't want to leak it yet?
I would be led to believe that I will be on some form of the Blue Red Cauldron deck. There is some sweet decks in standard, but I think just Blue Red Cauldron is almost modern power level. Some of the turns you can have with that deck are absolutely incredible, and it's also just it plays my favorite Magic card of all time, probably Akata's Soul Cauldron. Is just absolutely fantastic. I'm a old school Yawgmoth player, so I love myself some shenanigans with Akata's Soul Cauldron. So those incredible storm turns with Vivi under a cauldron and multiple riddlers and stuff. It's just super exciting to me. So not only is the best deck, is also very fun for me. So I would be probably playing that deck if I was to play a tournament today. And I cannot blame Alexander Meyer for choosing that as well. I believe it's probably the most popular deck in the room, right? Do you have a metagame breakdown, Felix?
Not yet, since we don't have all online deck lists. But what I was walking through the top tables, and it was mostly like Cauldron everywhere. So I would guess it's by far the most popular deck, something like 35%, maybe, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right. When a deck is clearly the best deck in the format, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we saw Alex taking out actually all Cauldrons and all Vivis, I think, during his sideboarding process. Interesting.
Yeah,
What do you think about this?
so this is a strategy that some people employ in that if you expect your opponent to sideboard very hard into graveyard hate as well as hate for your Akata Soul Cauldrons, you can kind of juke them by taking out the combo and just playing a fair Blue-Red Profts, mid-range style of game. There have been actually people that play the Blue-Red Vivi deck, except they just don't play Vivi and Cauldron. So, and it makes your deck a little bit more consistent, but also trims down on the power of the deck. The best draws are worse, but the worst draws are better, right? So it's absolutely understandable for Alex to want to play that fair game in the post-board games where your opponent tries to answer your combo plan, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Looking at Alex Schmidtover's sideboard, we have likely to Ghost Vacuum for this matchup and Free Heritage Reclamation. So Alex rightfully predicting, or Alex Meyer predicting Alex Schmidtover bringing in Graveyard Hate, so he takes out the combo as you just explained right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the Ghost Vacuum is very beatable if you don't have to do your Cauldron things, right? Yeah, and from I wanted to ask you about one thing that bothers me a little bit. What do you think about the Green Goblin being the backside of Norman Osborn and it being three colors, none of them being green? What do you think about that? Do you think that's nice, or do you think that's absolutely bogus and I hate it?
I mean, to be fair, I haven't played much Spider-Man Magic anyways, since I don't really. I'm interested in that set, but I think it's a very funny story in Magic, kind of like the Esper Origins card not being Esper colors, with
That's
the
true. There's a lot of Esper cards in Final Fantasy because it's just a type of creature or like a type of character in that in those games. I'm not a Final Fantasy player either,
we need
and like I think actually none of the cards that are Espers is Esper, which is also very funny to me.
yeah. There's like this red green mythic Esper with like every color besides Esper.
Yeah, there's like there's like Esper Ramus, like mono red cards. Yeah, there's a bunch of Espers and yeah, not quite Esper.
So before we head into game 2, let me restart the stream again. Or
Yeah, you can try to.
So to improve the
Yeah,
quality for a few minutes.
there's a suggestion chat to maybe try disabling optimize for performance or auto quality settings in EVMux. If you can try to do that, not sure how it's gonna work, but you can give it a try.
Yeah, I'm while we're speaking, I'm looking through the settings.
Yeah,
To see
awesome.
So yeah.
So it looks like we have a keep on 7 from both players. Alex Schmidhuber playing a tap breeding pool, and Alex Meyer playing a River Fire Verge. On turn 2, we have an Esper Origins, a great card to set up. Looking for some of those powerful turn 3 players in maybe a Timur Battle Crier, or if he's missing some lands, then that's a great way to find them. But I guess he's not missing lands because he just bottomed the starting town, or Graveyard Rider. And we have a Norman Osborn coming down turn 2, just like game 1.
Doesn't look promising yet for me to fix anything, but now the quality is fine again, at least for now.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't drop again, but
Yeah.
for now it's fine.
And we try
we
to
have-
get in a call with Yari and fix it.
Okay, so is this Doc Olrock, the
Yes.
famed uncommon from OTJ?
Spells you cast from your graveyard or from extra cost 2 less to cast, and plotting cards from your hand costs 2 less.
So what is the idea behind this card in this deck?
Basically, I think you play it on turn 2 or maybe even on turn 3, and then you plot the Trailblazer for 1 mana or the Railway Brawler for 2 mana, I guess. That's the reason behind it.
You can even, I guess, plot both, right? To set up for a very powerful turn 5.
Yep. If you play like turn 2, the Dog Orlog, and then turn 3, you can double plot. Yes, exactly.
He even could have plotted this turn a Outcasted Trailblazer if he had access to it, but I guess Land over Elf is a bit better of a play here to accelerate you on your mana.
Mhm.
And we have a Torch the Tower on Doc Olrock, so no cheap plotting here.
Integrate again quickly. Yeah. It's interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully you can get that sorted out between rounds after this one.
Every time you fix it, it completely dies within the next minutes. Yeah. It's like I can't fix it. I can just restart the video and then it works fine. Then it drops. Oh, maybe is it working on YouTube? I will check YouTube's stream for a second.
Okay, we can try that, but it does seem like the issue is between EVMux and the broadcasting website of this.
So the YouTube stream is also blurry. Yeah, so we can almost see nothing. It's correct.
We do have a flashback of Esper Origins on Alex Schmidt-Huber's site, and Alex Meyer has played a Marauding Mako and attack with Norman Osborn, giving Mako a +1/+1 counter from the connive. But he does seem to have a reactive hand or just some lands because he did not play anything else proactive, and there's a lot of proactive plays in the Blue-Red Cauldron deck.
Yeah, maybe he wants to be more reactive post board, like brings in some counter magic or more instant speed removal, leaving up some Flapmaster to not die to. Yeah.
The Devastating Onslaught combo, yeah.
Devastating Onslaught combo, exactly. So
and I believe that land plate was Multiversal Passage. I'm not entirely sure if that is it, but it's the multicolor shock land from Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's the new artwork for it. You're right.
Yeah, you have a Battle Crier here.
And then flashbacking the second Esper Origins with the mana from the first Esper Origins.
Oh, that's nice. That is very nice. Because it's cheaper, thanks to the Battle Crier.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
And this was also, I think, a Snakeskin Veil protecting the Battle Crier from the Aberrate, giving it hexproof and a 1/1/1 counter.
Yeah, that's a huge blowout for Alex Schmidt-Huber. He has to be ecstatic about this turn. He gets some much needed board presence. He protects from Alex Meyer's interaction. Sounds amazing for him. There's probably plenty of cards you can cast right now that are absolutely fantastic. Here's a Esper Origins for just 1 mana.
Mm-hmm. And we saw that the second one flipping the Railway Brawler into his hand. So next turn is going to be explosive, likely.
Yeah, this deck is sweet when you just have to get to cast all your stuff so cheaply because of the Timur Battle Crier. That's amazing.
And that's kind of now the tricky part for Alex with the Vivi gone, with the Cauldron gone, coming back from this like board presence of Alex is gonna be tough for him, right? Without any combo finishes.
This sounds like a nightmare to go through if you don't have Vivi Cauldron, right?
I think it's now 3 Esper Origins.
Did he cast another Esper Origins from the graveyard? Okay, Battle Crier is busted.
Yeah. Now his spell costs 4 less to cast. That's crazy. It works
Just
for
flash
all
them
spells,
back.
right?
Yeah, every spell just from your graveyard, from your hand. No, it doesn't matter. We have a Quantum Riddler, but it seems that he did have 2 cards in his hand, so no extra draw. But he does get to flashback the Winter Night stories that got into graveyard, I assume by Norman Osborn means. So a great turn, great interaction between Quantum Riddler and Winter Night stories, a common one in the deck.
And he's looking, I guess, for Floodmoors and stuff.
Many Flatmos and many torches, and yeah, it just needs a lot to happen here. And even if he does Floodmo this board away, like with the power of Timur Battlecryer, there's a good chance Alex Schmidhuber, he can just recast the board and just get some more value with the Esper Origins and still be able to get away with it.
And also the Esper Origins pumping his entire team for +2/+2 and trample, right?
Yeah, there's also the incidental lives gain with Esper Origins, so Alex Schmidhuber is actually at 21. That's so much life.
And even though he takes 8, still on 13, right? Even with a FOMO, this wouldn't be lethal with the extra combat steps. So
yeah, if he had a FOMO and a haste spell, that would probably not be enough anyway.
Yep. Now we have a bunch of triggers, making mana, pumping the team. And this looks really, I think, if Alex just plays the Railway Brawler and like a devastating onslaught, it's just GG basically.
Oh, then it's for sure GG. But it might just be over without that. Let's take a look at that. This is the Esper Origins are 4 power creatures, right? 4 4s. Now there's 6 6s, and the Battle Crier has a counter, so it's 7 now. So that's an attack for 1921 right now. So this Mako will have to. Yeah, there's the onslaught. So that is absolutely game over. Alex Schmidhuber showing the power of this Timur Battlecry deck. That was amazing. That was awesome. So, well, I was speaking that I was saying that the Bullet Cauldron deck is a combo deck that can just pop off in a turn and do just super unfair stuff. But, well, I guess there's a new kid on the block, and Timur Battlecry combo is just as good at that.
Yeah, all thanks to, I think, Snake's game weight, I would say. This game, protecting the Battlecryer for 1 mana, Alex being patient, not running it out on turn 3 or turn 4. First building, smoothing his hand with the Esper Origins, the first one, and then playing the Battlecryer the turn after, using the extra mana very well.
Yeah, definitely fantastically played from Alex Schmidhuber, exactly identifying what he needs to do and what is the most important part of his game plan to play around whatever Alex Meyer might bring to the table. Amazing game. And we're off to game 3 right now, so I wonder if Alex Meyer will bring in some of the combo parts back. Do you think that's a plan that he can employ? If he actually didn't see any graveyard hate for game 2, right?
There was no graveyard hate, but Alex seems to be simply shuffling up his deck again. Maybe you could consider adding more combo back in, since like you see Alex Schmidhuber sideboarding now, maybe cutting some graveyard hate, since maybe cutting the Ghost Vacuums again, since we saw Alex Meyer, no Cauldron, no Vivius to be seen. This is always a fun dynamic, I think. Also with like decks like, I mean, Twin not exactly, but there are some decks where you can be like combo or mid-range, and then sometimes a combo, sometimes a mid-range, that's kind of funny. You keep your opponent guessing.
Yeah, do you think there's some merit to just shuffling 6 random cards into your deck for game 3 and taking them out immediately, so your opponent just maybe thinks that you sideboard out the Cauldron combo and then sideboard it back in, or did the other way around, or is it just like a waste of time, in your opinion?
I mean, I would usually. I think I would do it like on big tournaments. I always shuffle in my 15 cards every round, even after like 4 game freeze. So I don't show my opponent how many cards I'm sideboarding in.
You know what? I at one point I felt that this was just the correct way to play Magic, and then I ended up having like a consign to memory against Blue Black Frog, and I just stopped doing it. I cannot for the life of me figure out the good 15 cards to take out. It's just something always eludes me. Maybe I should just write down a sideboard plan with the exact 15 cards that are supposed to be in my sideboard.
Maybe that works. Yeah, it helps a lot when you have a sideboard plan to like follow up and see what you can do. I was doing this like with when I played Eldrazi a little bit in Modern. I was simply siding in all 15 cards every time, so my opponent doesn't know how many cards I have in, how many cards I take out and stuff. Or if I bring in ley lines or dismembers or whatever. So
Yeah, I get that. It's probably a decent strategy. We have a very blazing fast start here for Alex Meyer, going for a turn 1 Storm Chaser start and turn 2 Prosthetic Memory, getting for 3, and setting yourself up very nicely for the vast majority of your deck to be just absolutely great here. If you just play a Winter Night Stories, bam, it's like 7 damage. If you play like Steamcore Scholar, that's also more board presence, more Prost triggers, more damage. Amazing. But he just has another Prosthetic Memory. That's not exciting. That's not great. So probably a quite interactive hand again from Alex Meyer. And
Ouch.
Alex Schmidt-Huber coming right in with a Floodmaw. I assume that was a draw for turn because he did not shock that Breeding Pool in for on turn number 1. No place on turn number 3 here. I thought this was a Tibor Battlecry, was the wrong deck. Just
Yeah.
Winter Night Stories.
That's kind of a sign of weakness. If you play Vivi Cauldron deck turn 4, your best play is playing Winter Night Stories without a creature. I'm not sure if you're excited about that. I don't think so.
Yeah, no creature to put the Prosthetic Memory counters on. That is not great for Alex Meyer. He really needed a Marauding Mako on that turn, maybe another Storm Chaser's talent. Oh, here's a Quantum Riddler. Let's see if he has the one of Wild Ride to give the Riddler haste this turn, getting for 7, maybe even more because of the Prosthetic Memory. You know, he just puts the counters from profs on Fear of Missing Out and warps the Riddler. That is not a bad turn for Alex Meyer, just getting some presence on the battlefield, passing the turn with potentially a Floodmaw or a Torch Tower again.
Yeah, so finally he got to develop some parts of his board. Now we see a Wildfire in the graveyard. Ooh, that's a nice one. I think it gives a creature +3/+0 in haste, something like that.
Yeah, it's like +3/+0 haste and it has Harmonize for 5 mana. So ready to give like a Riddler haste in the future. Now you know, at worst, Alex Meyer has a Quantum Riddler in exile, so he can just cast for 5 mana, but it does seem he drew a Winter Night Stories. Very excited to cast that on this turn with the profs on the battlefield. Discarding 2 cards, no creatures to discard. And now there's a very nice interaction between Prosthetic Memory and Fear of Missing Out. Not really going to see it this turn in particular, but if you get an additional combat step, you also get an additional beginning of combat step, which means Prosthetic Memory actually triggers another time. Very neat.
Yeah, there could have been lethal damage already, maybe even.
Oh, that's definitely possible, yeah. The Pomo's already a 4-power creature. You would get at least 3 more counters, so 6 more counters. So that's like attack for 10 and for 7. That would be lethal, yeah. That would be lethal.
Exactly
so
17, yeah.
So Alex Schmidt-Huber vigilant here with...
Oh, is this GG?
Is this... It's GG! No way! It was a devastating onslaught on the Railway Brawler and a Snakeskin Veil to protect it from Into the Flood Mode. This is game over! Alex Schmidt-Huber wins out of nowhere! What? That's insane!
Back-to-back, the win based off Snakeskin Veil, such an impressive card, blanking every interaction Alex has, just for 1 mana. Hexproof.
Alex Schmidt-Huber using the exact turn when Alex Meyer did not have a board developed already and plotting this Railway Brawler to have an incredible turn next turn. Absolutely fantastic stuff.
So
incredible.
How much damage was this now? He makes 2 copies?
So he makes 2 copies. The first one enters as
a 10-10,
a 10-10 and the second as a 15-15, right? That's 25 damage? Would that be correct?
Whenever another creature enters the battlefield? Yes, it's a 10-10 and a 15-15, exactly.
10-10 and 15-15.
So 25 damage.
It's actually even more, right? Because there's 2 triggers, so... No, it's actually not more. Never mind. It's not more, but it's absolutely... Oh, it is more. It's like 30, right? Because the first trigger resolves and the other trigger puts the counters already doubled, already 10 power on the other creatures. That's 30 damage with Snakeskin Veil up. That is absolutely fantastic stuff. Wow, that was super impressive. Beating the best deck in the format.
Yeah, that was quite a show from Alex Schmidt-Huber, yeah? Excited. A 2-1 victory. So, yeah, round 3 is still going on. So we right now can't have a winners interview with Alex, sadly, since he's playing right now. But we get to try to get him on stream as soon as possible between rounds. And round 3 started. Let me see how long the break we have to do. It started 20 minutes ago, so I think another 50 minutes break could be good. And I will try to get in touch with Yari to fix the streaming downgrading.
Sure. Excited to be back here in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere and be ready for some more Magic chat.
Yeah, maybe you want to talk about the Unity League, like
Oh yeah,
the qualification path, maybe.
Yeah, there's so anybody in the chat, if you didn't know, this is the German nationals from the European Unity League. So every single country that participated in the European Unity League will have a nationals event. This one is the German one, and that qualifies you for the European Magic Cup. And what is European Unity League, you may ask? It is it is the European League of Magic. You can gather points from your local weekly FNMs. And build that score up to qualify for the national championships of your own country, and then potentially qualify for a large tournament that will be happening at the end of the season. It is very much like the old Planeswalker point system, in which also you could qualify for a nationals event. It just gives you some incentives to play in your local scene, as well as to travel to tournaments to gather more points and to qualify for those large, nice events. There's plenty of prizes provided by European Unity League. I bet on this national championship events, there's a ton of players in the top 8 for the from the sponsors of Unity League. Heavy Play is one of the sponsors. There's a bunch of nice prizes. There's altered cards for top finishers, and of course, the cherished cherry on top, which is the qualification for the European Magic Cup, which is a huge EV event that happens at the end of the season. Right now, we are just at the end of the first season of European Unity League, and we already started actually counting points for the next season. So the European Unity League is here to stay, and there's going to be a next season, and you can start gathering points right away.
That was a great explanation. Thank you for it. I checked the CPU and it's only like 50 to 80% usage, so it's not the worst, but not the best, I guess. But I will try to contact Yari to improve.
Yeah, notably, the screen right now does not drop in quality, so it is about the video for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's perfect quality, right? Yeah, it's so weird. So maybe it's when the video plays, then I have no clue. But the video for me is perfectly fine, and then it gets worse for you on stream. So that's the issue. But I will try to figure something out in the break. So yeah, thanks for explaining this. We will have a short break now. I would say like 10 to 15 minutes. Try to fix it and see you guys. Yes, you're muted now. And we are no now. So now we are back with after the break. We tried to change up some things with the camera issues. We will see if it works or not. I hope it will. And this round we have a control mirror, so we will watch game one as soon as it's finished uploading, and then we will have game two and maybe game three for later. So be ready for a very long feature match.
Just strap in and get yourself a coffee or some snacks. We're in for a long one.
And we have two different control decks, although they're quite similar, right? We have one 4-color control, also referred to as 4-color trade binder, and the other one is straight up Jeskai.
Yeah, it's not quite the controlled mirror, but there's a large overlap between the two decks. It is going to be a interesting match for sure. The builds are a little bit different. The 4-color trade binder, as you said, deck is a little bit different. It does not have that many creatures as the Jeskai control deck has. It is a mystical teachings deck. Usually you mystical teachings for some counters removal, or if you want to end the game, some Jeskai revelations. That's the 7-mana exciting Jeskai spell that does a little bit of everything. It returns a permanent to hand, it deals 4 damage to a target, it creates some monk tokens with prowess, it draws you some cards, gains you some life, does a little bit of everything. And both decks support that card. Both decks have 3 copies actually, so very well prepared for the mirrors, I guess. And the 4-color control deck notably uses 1 black card in the main deck, so that's the only outside the card outside of Jeskai, and that's Inevitable Defeat. That is a 4-mana Mardu spell, instant. This spell can't be countered. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller loses 3 life, and you gain 3 life. So essentially, between this and Lightning Helix, you have 24 damage in your deck, so you can actually win with this deck without ever attacking with any creatures. Although you do have Marang River Regent as a win condition, as well as some card advantage on top of it.
Yeah, I just tried to share the. Can you see the deck list on stream?
Yes, we can see the deck list.
Perfect. So we can see the deck list on stream now, as you said. Inevitable Defeat, Lightning Helix, and the Jeskai Revelations to burn them out without the need of creatures. And the other control list is, I think this one is a little bit more tap out control style, with 4 stock ups, a sorcery speed card advantage, playing split ups, more rafts, less counter magic, I think.
Yeah, here's the tried and true shell of Shiko plus stock up that you can just get some advantage with thanks to that, and close the games quickly with Shiko, being a 5-mana 4/5 dragon. But other than that, it's just control cards. It's some sweepers. It's some card advantage, some counters, so spot removal, and just what you would expect in such a deck.
Is this a potential mirror breaker, like milling out your opponent?
For sure, yeah. Definitely, this could be the mirror breaker if Alpaslan can draw it. Although Yannick has 4 copies of Inevitable Defeat in his deck, and let me tell you, there's not that many targets for that card in Alpaslan's deck. So if he draws one, it's assuredly going to target the Revergent Monument.
Yeah, so it's better likely to just sandbag it and then exhaust it immediately after you cast it, and
yeah, if you can just one-shot your opponent for 6 mana by casting the monument and activating it immediately, that would be probably the best way to go for Alpaslan.
Yeah, so the game is ready, game 1. We can jump right into it.
Amazing.
And what I've heard is that Yannick is only 17 years old, so...
Yeah, Yannick's story is amazing, and one that actually hits close to my heart, because he actually didn't play any of the large events they have to travel to this season. He's just played in his local game store, so traveled to some RCQs, and well, he's here. He's qualified for the national championships, and he's competing among the best in this country. So that's the way to go for, in my opinion, for those types of leagues. That just makes me so happy. People can get that gateway drag to competitive Magic by qualifying to an event by just playing Magic on your local game store. Oh, did I see a 61st card? Is it a 61? Yeah, it's 6115. Alpaslan, that is amazing. Alpaslan, you're my man.
The one lucky card, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the Revergent Monument, right?
Likely, yeah.
Technically you don't have to specify what's your 61st card, but everybody knows, what is the 61st card you're trying to fit, but you can't quite do it.
Likely the monument, yeah. So yeah, crazy story that we see someone as young as 17 years old already competing on national level, being on the best players in entire of Germany, and also maybe traveling to Bologna soon, since these two players are 2-0. So
Yeah, this
they
could
fought the
be
first
the start of
rounds.
an awesome adventure for Yannick, and for many other players in the nationals probably too.
So let's go. I think in the end, Alpaslan won that die roll, if I remember correctly. Maybe
Let's
not.
see if he did pick being on the play or the draw. There is some merit to not being on the play in a control mirror, but well,
It's
maybe
closed
that's
decklist
a.
though. They don't know
Oh,
it
they
yet.
don't know it's the control mirror. Okay, so probably he's just on the play. Okay, so what do you think about like common play patterns in control mirrors? Some people say that in game ones you have a lot of dead cards, so your card advantage spells don't really matter, so you shouldn't counter those. But some people just employ a whole different strategy. What do you think about like in general? Do you counter like a stock up here if Alpaslan were to cast it?
Depends on my hand, but likely no. It's it. I think the dynamic changed a little bit with the control decks. Like back in, let's say, 2015 or something, it was like I find plays and the cards were like so low power level anyways. But now, if everything is like only the few key spells are really important, you should only counter those. I think, especially game one. Also, it depends if you have like only one counter, if you have five counters, how many deck cards you have in your hand as well, right? If you just have like all removals and just one counter, you likely are forced to counter a card advantage spell since you're not losing card advantage on your own. But yeah, it can.
Yeah, I think I largely agree. Like, why do I care about my opponent
Oh.
drawing a couple of authority of the consoles, right? In the control mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when is the best time to draw two starting towns in your control deck when not against, if not against the control mirror, right? He would hate
Mm-hmm.
to see it if he was up against a red deck, but now it doesn't really matter. He can just ping himself a couple of times and it's going to be fine. We have a Coil and Cat, which is the Omen side of Marank River region, eating a no more lies on the step of Alpaslan here. So pretty rough for Yannick to lose that forever.
Okay, I will try one more thing since the quality is already dropping again.
Mm-hmm.
I will restart the video again. Trying one more. Okay, we should be back where we ended with the coil and catch getting countered. So let's see if it's working better now.
For now it's better, but let's hope it doesn't drop.
Yeah, let's see if it's now it's looking great again. So let's see if it will.
We have a land and I believe a passing of the turn from Yannick.
Yeah, I think countering the Marang River region / coil and catch is like fine since it's like a win con as well. So it's a kind of split card. This is why drawing two cards with 3 steps ahead.
Yeah, just can dripping it on the end step here. Probably looking for some lands because Alpaslan did miss a land drop last turn. He does find Thundering Falls here, survey land.
And also with the, I think it's a Mist Rise Village on Yannick's side. So on the right side on the bottom, it's the land that gives you
Yep.
next spell uncounterable. So counters are gonna be less important anyways.
Yeah, great card to draw in your control mirror, by the way. Maybe Yannick could have waited with his coil and catch a little bit and just cast it uncounterably on the end step of Alpaslan, right? Maybe that would be something to consider
Mm-hmm.
instead of just firing it off on the end step and getting it countered here. But yeah, definitely, as we talked about not countering the divinations, countering the divination that will also kill you eventually sounds much more enticing.
Yeah. Now we see stock up from Alpaslan and Yannick correctfully not countering it, since as how aggressive, like if I'm in Yannick's seat and Alpaslan is cycling the 3 steps ahead and then casting stock up, I think his hand must be not that great or full of like dead cards in game one at least. So I'm in the team of not countering the stock up here for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not sure how many cards are in Alpaslan's hand, but there's a chance he even could go to discard after the stock up resolves. It does sometimes happen if you, especially if you miss a land drop.
Yeah.
But it seems that he has a clean grip of 7 cards right now, and he is passing the turn back over to Yannick. And suddenly the quality is dropping again.
I mean, he played the Authority of the Consul, so I guess that would be the eighth card, right?
Yeah, it looks like there was an activation of Mistral's Villa as well as a kicked Consult the Star Charge. Do you know this card?
It's so powerful. When it was spoiled, you didn't, like most of us, I think you as well, didn't think it was that good, but then when we played with it, it was like impressive in basically every blue deck. Even played it in like the Vivi or the Prowess decks for some time at the beginning of the season, and even sees modern play now, right? It's
It wasn't the finals of the Pro Tour, 2 copies, I believe, in
Yep.
Patchy's deck. So yeah, I honestly not to boast, but I thought it was powerful during the Spiler season. But I'm a huge guy. I'm a huge Memory Deluge guy. So if you show me a Memory Deluge, I'm gonna say that's neat. I want to play this card. So I love this. Definitely a nice versatile card. Something that can be just anticipate if you need to hit your land drops, but then it can be essentially double demonic tutor later in the game. Just closes the games so fast.
The upside is so, like giving up the flashback, but adding the upside of drawing it late game and just looking at 10 cards or 12 cards is insane.
Yeah, or just hitting your crucial land drop in the early game also is very important for the control decks. If you stumble, you miss your fourth land drops, third land drop, which sometimes happens, it could just be out of the game.
Yeah, we saw already Alpaslan firing off aggressive lightning helixes in Yannick's face.
Yep. Not too many targets for that card outside of Yannick's face, so better to cast that than discard hand size, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's dropping again, sadly. Mm.
What if you swapped between scenes real quick? Maybe you can try that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's a nice fix. We're swapping between scenes every few minutes.
Sadly, it didn't work.
It didn't work. Okay, yeah. I can like close it every 5 minutes and then reopen it, but it's like, I mean, let's just do this for now, I guess, since we will do it like this chat and reopen the stream every few minutes. I think we are like 8 minutes past in the game.
I think it's
Spot.
more, yeah. No, it was later on. This is exactly where we were.
Yeah, we
Actually.
took the lightning helix and then shocking and passing.
Fixed dig through time is a comment from the chat, and well, I would largely agree. 4 mana for dig through time is fair.
Yep. I'm not getting chat messages.
I have the tweet chat open on the other monitor.
Yeah, I have it in my EVMux, but it's not showing here. But
Okay, we have a main phase consult, the start charts, I believe, from Alpaslan, probably looking to hit some more land drops. And well, just as we prophesized, no countering of the card advantage spell.
maybe now it's even time to discard to hand size. But if you can play a land, then you can still have 8 cards in hand.
Yeah,
It's
the
also
issue is that you want to make land drops, but you also want to draw actions. So I don't know, it was an end step consult the star charts. Yeah, makes more sense actually. Off the top was an Ultima, not great against just one Marank River Regent in the entire deck of Yannick right now.
Yeah, no, some tokens, but like the tokens are not gonna win the game anyway. So it was just land and pass. It looks like from Yannick, from Alpaslan, and Now Yannick firing off the consult without activating the village.
Yeah, probably pretty happy to fight over this, I guess. But
It's also out of normalized range. Like right now in standard, you have very little hard counters, and Alperson already used one 3 steps ahead, which leaves him likely with one or maybe 2 copies, and then the reminder is normalized, and you can pay for it. So the card gets worse and worse in the late game. That's why making land drops in this standard format for the control mirror is especially important.
exactly. So essentially, Yannick just saved one life with by not activating the Mistrais Village. It could be relevant, could also not be relevant, but well, it is a Lightning Helix deck, so it might come down to getting burned out. And notably, Alpaslan only has 2-3 steps ahead, and he already cycled one. So, I mean, Yannick does not know that, but he can, assume that it is the case because it has been the number that those control decks usually went for, and it is also the number that Yannick went for in his 4-color pile.
But yeah, so he has the Mistrais Village to force through all key spells for future turns. He doesn't have to worry that much about.
Yeah, do you think a Jeskai Revelation is coming? Here's a Mistrais Village activation and 7 mana left over.
Looks like it, no?
I don't know. I don't see his hand. Oh, that's a Jeskai Revelation for sure. Hit you for 4. Oh, return the spell to hand. That is incredible.
That works against Uncounterable, yes.
Yes. Oh, that is incredible for Alpaslan. That is a huge tempo swing. He gets to not only resolve his Jeskai Revelation, even though he's missing land drops, doesn't have a Mistrais Village, couldn't really protect the Jeskai Revelations of counters of Yannick's own, but well, he catches him off guard in the end step here. Fantastic stuff from Alpaslan, looking for this particular spot, and now, well, I think Yannick is a little bit behind. He does get to resolve his Jeskai Revelation here on the main phase, but, well, he will be tapping out, and Alpaslan will have his turn to himself, so probably able to answer anything comes down here. We have the main phase Jeskai Revelation to resolve it for sure through different counters without having to activate the Mistrais Village. It looks like we're bouncing a token, we're killing a token with 4 damage, and then we're drawing 2 cards and gaining 4 life.
So this authority of the consoles actually could make it quite impossible for Yannick to be able to win this game with damage, actually.
Well, he's gonna eat those monk tokens for sure.
Yeah.
But if he just planned to, cast a bunch of Lightning Helixes, not quite possible, I think.
Mm-hmm. And I think I also saw a Mistrais Village in Alpaslan's hand now, and maybe he will save it for later turns. This looks like
he does have 1 copy in the main deck, yeah.
I would play a land before that if I were to play Shiko into 3 open mana.
If it truly is the Mistrais Village, then that would be probably quite optimal. Maybe he does have some of his no more lies, and he would love to actually convert them right now. It could be a thing that you kind of want to bait Yannick to use his no more lies or 3 steps ahead, and you can normalize it and utilize it. As you said, that card has an expiration date in the matchup. It will not counter many more spells, so if you can get that window to actually make use of it, maybe that's actually very good for Alpaslan, and that is what happened, except it was 3 steps ahead, so a little bit less breathing room here. But now he can find a land, like a tap land from the stock up, and perhaps play it here instead of the Mistrais Village.
Yeah, in the end, this worked even better for Yannick, for Alpaslan, getting 3 steps ahead with his normalize. So trading up on card quality.
For sure, yeah. 3 steps ahead, a great card in the mirror here. At some point you will get to copy your Marank River Regions with the copy ability of that card, and well, getting it out of Yannick's hand is definitely will definitely make Alpaslan happy here.
Yeah, okay. Alpaslan only has whatever left. Yeah, one Marang for Yannick left, and one 3 steps ahead for Alpaslan left. So both of them used half their combo resources already.
Yeah. We have an inevitable defeat, great card to use here because, well, as I said, not many targets in Alpaslan's deck for that card, but Shiko, a premium one for sure. Let's see if you can cast some more spells before attacking with those tokens. Here's a stock up, so that's already 6 damage here with those 2 monks. If you can find some counters, I think the game looks very good for Yannick here. But he does need to find ways to protect those tokens.
Do you maybe just double Lightning Helix face this turn, attack for 10, and
I believe one of those lands
Helix?
is Gloom Lake Vert, so that wouldn't be possible the way Yannick tapped. But well, probably that wouldn't be the worst way to go about this. Next turn, is it actually lethal if you double Helix? Actually, I think you need another spell.
You need 1 more spell. Yeah, it's just plus 10 damage. So you need actually 2 more spells.
Yeah, that's a Cory Mountain Monastery, right? The card advantage spell, card advantage land. You can tap it and pay 4 mana to exile the top card of your deck, and you can play it until your next end step. So a source of card advantage for the Jeskai control deck.
At the end of your next turn, you can play it. Yes. So now every turn he can draw an additional card with this land. Yeah, if he wants to, but it's very mana intensive for at least right now. Is this main phase Lightning Helix? Interesting. So just land Lightning Helix go. And I think we might get into the territory where Alpaslan can kill Yannick with his single River Churn Monument.
Yeah, the game goes for a couple of more turns, I think, and Alpaslan can just utilize his, get lost and stuff for those Jeskai Revelation tokens. He might just not have enough answers to the creatures and, enough life gain between his Lightning Helixes and the authority of the consoles that Yannick's deck cannot actually produce enough damage. It's incredible. Because not only there's no manlands in Yannick's deck, not sure if there's not any actual good manlands available in standard for the control decks, or he just chose not to play them. But no real ways of pushing through damage except for the Revelations and the 2 Marang River regions. And there's plenty of answers to those cards in the control deck, right?
Yeah, you have the Restless Anchorage, I think, and the blue-black one you could play, but
and none of our players.
Exciting.
Yeah, those are tap lands. None of our players want to play a tap land, I guess.
Yeah, so Wetlands seem to be the better choice of tapped lands.
Yeah, and with the number of card advantage and card selection spells, as well as how many turns the games go through, it's almost a given that you will at one point draw your Riverton Monument to get to activate it, right?
Mm-hmm. And now we also found, I think this is finally the Mistrise Village.
Yep.
Found by the activation of the monastery.
Steel Monastery, yeah.
And now the monument is free to go whenever you have enough mana to cast it. Now it's likely I would just do something like Ultima and sweep the board away just to be sure. Not die from random burn spells.
Yeah, I believe Alpaslan has just one Ultima, and I believe he discarded it to hand size a couple of turns back. But
I didn't
after a Jeskai Revelation turn, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe makes sense. Yeah, I was busy with trying different setups for the stream, so I might have missed this card. But there is a Mistress Village, or still thinking about this activation, maybe for his own Jeskai Revelation main phase.
We have a comment from chat that you are a little bit quiet. Maybe you can put yourself up a little bit, or
yeah, I already moved the mic closer.
Okay, awesome.
I read it like 5 minutes ago. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was like you.
No worries. So we just played the Marang and double bounced the monastery tokens.
Yep. That's it. It's a full art version of the Marang River region. A nice treatment actually is double faced. Both of the faces are Marang River region, but one is a young version of the card and the other is a grown dragon. Pretty fun treatment here.
Oh, Yari finally responded to me. Let's see.
You have an inevitable defeat as expected here against the Marank River Regent. And well, Alpasan is at 11. Now it's, I believe, at 8. And with the attack of the token and a couple of lightning helixes, it might be game over here. Let's see if Alpasan has an answer to this token here. For 1 mana, I don't believe he will. Okay, Yannick is casting Console the Starcharts. He did tap in a way that I don't think he can cast Double Helix, because it's a Watery Grave among the lands on the right side here. One of the full art treatments from Edge of Eternities.
So I'm finally in touch with Yari. Let's see if he has a solution for us or any ideas.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that sorted.
Okay, he asked me to stop the stream and restart it. I mean, sure, we can do that after this game. I think once this game is over, we can.
Okay, not sure how longer it will be right now, because it looks like it will go anyway as of right now. But yeah, we can do it after the game. It looks like the Consult Starchers didn't really find anything of relevance, but there was a Watery Grave shocked in. So, well, Yannick definitely has many different options here for himself, but he does need to be mindful that he probably needs any win con possible here in his deck.
I think Yannick has already used 2 Revelations.
2 Revelations, 1 Meringue, I believe, yeah.
And also,
already
I think
gone.
like 2 defeats maybe, and like 2 lightning helixes.
2 defeats, not sure about lightning helixes. I know I saw some in his hand, not sure if he has cast it throughout this game.
He just got 1 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're checking. There's 2 defeat, 1 of these cool Strixhaven lightning helixes.
Oh yeah. So the alternate art versions.
Yep. So likely has only about 12 damage, no, 16 damage left, I think. 16 or 19, something like that with burn spells, which is more than enough still, but good to double check from Alpaslan. Let's see what he wants to do with his Mistress Village. Just passes the turn, okay. That's actually cool, like a funny dynamic that basically both control decks have kind of Cavern of Souls in their deck for every card. It's a weird dynamic.
Do they both have a single Cavern of Souls?
No, I meant the Mistress Village.
Oh yeah, the Mistress Village,
Cavern
yeah,
of Souls,
yeah,
right? For spells, basically.
Yeah, so counter spells where they are like a crucial part of most control decks. Actually, not that relevant here because you can push your spells through at least 1 a turn. So you have to make sure that you can use those counter spells when you can, and maybe that changes the dynamic. Maybe you should counter the divinations after all if you both have Mistress Villages, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I see that Yannick actually has another one in the sideboard. So
second Mistress Village.
Yeah, second Mistress Village in the sideboard. But yeah, we'll get to that between games. But players definitely aware that card is very relevant.
Mm-hmm.
You will see a Get Lost fired away on the Monk token after Yannick has Lightning Helixed Alpaslan.
Is there any reason you would not make the Get Lost uncounterable?
Not entirely sure. Maybe you do have some other cards you want to cast this turn that are more important than the Get Lost. Maybe the Get Lost is just a bait spell. And well, if it was a bait spell, then that's great for Alpaslan because Yannick did take the bait. I would always try to assume that if my opponent makes a play that I believe is incorrect, that they did so deliberately, and I need to figure out what their plan is. If they are doing so, maybe maybe Alpasan has a 3 steps ahead of his own, and he can cast it for with the kicker that also draws a card, and then you can counter the 3 steps ahead with Mistress Village, so it's uncounterable. So it's definitely worth considering here.
We see here a revelation.
It looks like a revelation without Mistress Village. Oh, and a revelation back to bounce the revelation, and that is 4 damage to the face, and that is lethal with the monk token that will actually live because of the Gettles getting countered, and that's lethal for Yannick. Incredible game. I was talking that the revelation it was just one more revelation in Yannick's deck, and that might be a little bit low on win counts, but well, he got to the finish line with some of those burn spells. And well, let me tell you, I said that the inevitable defeats don't have many targets. Well, he found 3 inevitable defeats. They had 3 targets, and they dealt 9 damage.
So while I upload the video for game 2, can you maybe have a look at the sideboards and explain what's going on?
Yeah, can you pull them up on the screen so
Yes,
we can take a
course
look at
I
those?
can.
Yeah, we can take a look. Sideboarding for the control mirror is always quite tricky because, well, you are built to answer threats that control decks usually don't play. So it's always somewhat interesting to figure out what do you want to do. For instance, like I believe you would not want to have too many, Day of Judgments, Ultimas, Get Lost in your postboard configuration against a control deck. But instead you have plenty of cards in the sideboard that you would love to have. For instance, Sphinx of the Final Word is an incredible card. It's 7 mana 5/5. It can't be countered. It has flying and hexproof, so it cannot be killed essentially. And instant and sorcery spells you control can't be countered. This is a mirror breaker if I've ever seen one. And well, it's going to be great if he manages just to draw it in this game. Notably, both players have access to that particular card for the mirror matches. So excited to see if they maybe both draw a Sphinx and it just becomes a burn mirror where nobody can counter any spell, but everybody has lightning helixes. But we'll see how that works out. There's also some other Sphinxes. This is a Sphinx-centric sideboard I see from Yannick. There's a Stoic Sphinx and a Sphinx of Forgotten Lore, both good threats that work quite well against control decks, where Stoic Sphinx has hexproof if you have not cast a spell this turn, so it's pretty difficult to kill if you cast it on your opponent's end step and then just keep passing the turn back. Sphinx of Forgotten Lore is essentially a Snapcaster Mage that works on when you attack. Also a flash threat, great in the control mirrors for sure. Flash threats. Speaking of flash threats, there's Tishana's Tidebinder. It can work against a plethora of cards Alpaslan has, for instance, against Shiko or even the Riverton Monument, but also just as a 3 mana 3/2, a great way to go about this. Voice of Victory is essentially a mini Sphinx of the Final Word, so I would expect Voice of Victory to be a card that both players would love to have in postboard configurations, that both players have access to that card. There's also just clean old Negate. Negate is great at countering just Revelations. 2 mana for 7 mana sounds like a deal I would like to sign up for any day of the week. And well, both players do have Negate in the sideboard. And as I said, Yannick has an extra copy of Mistress Village, which was very crucial in this game one. So I would expect him to sideboard in extra copy for the postboard games. Alpaslan notably does not have an extra copy of that card, so he's maybe a little bit less well prepared for the postboard configuration. And all in all, I believe I would love to be on Yannick's side in this particular postboard configuration. I think he just has a lot more ways to play around the control decks, weaknesses. He has more copies of Console to Star Charts and less copies of Stock Up, so you don't have to tap out for your Cat of Enter spells. You can just keep passing the turn with interaction and just, punish your opponent for tapping out, or make them not able to tap out for their own spells, and then still use your mana on the end step. So yeah, this looks like a very comfortable spot for Yannick, and Alpaslan will have a tough game to deal with. But well, both players do have some ways to go around this, so we'll definitely see an interesting game. And well, if the game goes long enough, as you said, the Riverton Monument will end the game. So that is definitely something to look out for as well.
Yeah, we are ready for game 2. So let's have a look at it. But I agree with everything you said. Basically, that I think already game one, Yannick is favored, unless there is this River Trap Monument wildcard happening. And pro sport looks even better for Yannick. He is more prepared for this matchup than
Yeah,
Alpaslan
definitely.
is.
Also, Yannick has some ways to end the game quickly with the Sphinxes and the China style binders in the post-board games. So maybe the Reversion Monument will not be that relevant because, well, you do need the game to go for a long time for that card to be relevant, right?
No, there are no standings online. Sorry, no live standings for you available. So I think it was a mulligan to 6 from Alpaslan, and Yannick kept his 7-card hand, looks like.
Yeah, it does look like it, yeah. There's a just a revelation on the right side of Alpaslan's hand, but that's not really a card you want to see in the opening hands, and he does go down to 5. That is brutal in the control mirror.
Maybe not shuffled his deck enough. Now all the lands clumped together, maybe all the spells on one part of the deck.
Well, sometimes it just happens to you that you don't draw the light half of the deck and you have to mulligan a couple of times. It's always rough when that happens. I would prefer both players to just keep a 7 and have a fair game, but well, sometimes it is what it is. But well, with the amount of card advantage that these decks can produce, maybe going to 5 is not that big of a deal if you can just resolve some stock ups over the course of the game.
Yeah, like keeping 3 lands, stock up, and whatever. Consult the star charts, perfect keep on 5.
Oh, going down to 4 though is
Oh, no.
not what you want to see in any game of Magic. I always tell this story about when I was playing against a player in Modern, and he went down to 6, and I'm like, okay, mulligan. He went down to 5. I'm like, oh, that's rough. I wish we didn't mulligan. I'm sorry for you, man. He went down to 4. I'm like, fuck, it's Tron.
Yeah.
and well,
yes.
it was Tron. He had Tron on turn 3. I lost that game. So,
Best feeling ever, yeah.
my sympathy has went down rapidly. And well, it does seem like we have a 4-card hand for Alpaslan here, maybe moving a little bit quickly here, maybe a little bit frustrated about the mulligans, but it does seem that he has a Consulted Statues in hand, but it looks like no blue mana. Oh, there is a River Pyre Verge, but is that first card a Sacred Foundry or a...
It looks like a new Sacred Foundry, yes, I think.
Okay, so not really a way to kick the Consulted Statues right now.
No, just for...
Yeah, you're just casting
mana,
it for 1 mana, for 2 mana without the kicker, as a 5-card anticipate effect.
And do you take a blue land here? I think you kind of have to, right?
Yeah, that depends on your hand, I guess. There's a lot of good cards you can take, but yeah, a blue survey land, which is exactly what he found, is probably a decent one. I believe his hand right now is a copy of 3 Steps Ahead, right? And
negate. It's negated from March of the Machines, I think.
Okay.
Johnny artwork looks like it.
Yeah, and I believe a Lightning Helix as well. So not that exciting of a hand for Alpaslan, no card advantage. And well, Yannick is just over there making his land drops, but he also did. That is, I always say that's just cheating. He surveilled a Mystical Teachings in the graveyard. Surveilling a flashback spell? What is this?
Kind of like as good as surveilling a reanimated creature in Goyos in Modern or something like that.
Yeah, here we see a Sphinx, the Foundation Sphinx that gets Lightning Helix, answered by a negate again. So Alpaslan getting that removal spell through. He does only have 1 more card in hand though.
Yeah, he's only stuck
Yannick,
with, I think, the 3 steps ahead.
Yannick is shocking into his 7th land. Might be a just get a version coming, but Cory Mountain Monastery off the top. That is a fantastic draw. And the last card was 3 steps ahead. That is great. Well, I wouldn't be too happy if I'm Yannick here. I just jumped a 7 mana spell into a Divination counter spell. Not great for him.
I think we found the stock up now for Alpaslan of the... If he discards Marang River Region, that other card has to be really, really good, I think.
Oh yeah, that has to be a broken card.
So, 4 mana, is this Marang main deck or main phase consult? Okay.
Main phase consult, the star chart makes some sense.
playing
Well,
around
just-
normalize. Yeah.
Yeah, just one more one card in Alpaslan's hand where Yannick, I believe, has like 3 or 4 cards in hand and 2 more coming from the Consulted Statues. It is still gonna be very rough for Alpaslan, but as you said, if he has a stock up that can find some more card advantage engines together with the Scotty Mountain Monastery, perhaps he can really get back to this game, even though he mulliganed to 5. To 4 even, I believe.
4 even, yeah.
Yeah.
At least that's one good thing about the control mirror, that you don't have to see the cards that well, since it's all lands in play anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, sadly, the stock up that you did correctly see gets countered, and then only a land is seen. Here you have an activation of Cory Mountain Monastery right after as Sphinx of the Final Word, which I said is the biggest mirror breaker in the sideboards, comes down, and now instants and sorceries that Yannick casts are uncounterable. I bet he wishes he had that before his Jeskai Revelation turn.
And also has hexproof, I think, so you can't even get lost it.
Yep. You have to have a mass removal spell to get rid of the Sphinx, or just, block it, or something along those lines. By the way, Mistrai's Village, Sphinx of the Forgotten World, is a nasty combination. I believe he just looked at a additional card this turn, but well, he's gonna draw it anyway, so not a big of an issue. It is another land of the Cory Mountain Monastery. And he just stock up. And stock up resolves. Okay, that's step 1.
I saw a second stock up and I get lost.
Stock up, get lost. So get lost can take care of the Mana Griever region to not die too fast.
Another
stock up. There's a revelation he's thinking about. He's counting up his mana. He does also have access to that Sacred Foundry in the exile there. So if that is his 7th land, he does have the ability to play that. He does just go for it tapped here, and well, let's see if he's going to be a passing turn. He did pick up the Jeskai Revelation though. Let's see if he wants to play it into 2 open mana. It is ominously looking like a normalize, so I would probably try to maybe play around that. Now he's just jamming it. Maybe at this point, if you're so behind, you just have to jam it. Hope that your opponent doesn't have it. No real way to get out of this game if you just wait around, right?
It looks like he's bouncing a land, yeah.
Bouncing a land, deleting 4 damage, drawing 2 cards. Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
Better than nothing, I guess.
He could have bounced the Mana Griever version, but it would just come down right away, dealt with the tokens, so he probably doesn't want that to happen too much. Also, notably, Yannick is at 14, so those tokens and maybe a couple of Lightning Helixes with a stock up, maybe he can get over the finish line here real quick, depending on the hand that Yannick is sporting right now. But he did cast a Consulted Stature, so I will assume that some of the cards in his hand are good.
And there's also Lightning Helix in Alpaslan's hand, so this could maybe be 14 damage this turn, combined with another Jeskai Revelation. Ooh. This might be a multi 4 in standard that's actually winning the game,
That would be an incredible story for sure. He does not have access to a Mistress Village, does he, right? He did not draw one this game.
Only the Monastery, I think.
Yeah, just the Monastery. Notably, Yannick does have access to a Mistress Village, so if he wants to pick a counter fight, his counter is going to be good.
I think I would counter the last Jeskai Revelation if I had like a normalized, the one where Alpaslan tapped out completely.
For sure. It could be 3 steps ahead.
Yeah, maybe. Threw it only 2 lands on Yannick's side.
A stock up into 2 Lightning Helixes, that's 8, 9, 10. Just 10 damage, right? No, is it more?
6. No, it's 12.
It's 12 damage. Okay, so
almost
lethal beam. No attacks with the tokens is interesting.
Is this lethal yet? No, right?
Okay, he cast a 2 mana Jeskai Revelation. Not that good, this card is. Quite unfortunate to show that one by mistake. Okay, yeah. I guess he's just gonna cast it. I bet there was vocalized like, get lost your Mana Griever region, and he just shows the 7 mana spell. A little bit of a misstep there for Alpaslan, but well, let's see what Yannick has. If he's gonna just perhaps Mistress Village out a counter spell.
And this was already a lethal attack from Yannick.
Yeah, this
since
exactly
6.
11.
Exactly
Yeah,
11.
it looks like he does tap the Mistress Village, but it is just for mana. For the
Helix phase.
yeah, for the 3 steps ahead, and well, he's a helix to the face, so he does live at 3 life from the Barranc River region, and well, 3 life does not surpass the inevitable defeat, and that's a win from Yannick. Well, congrats, Yannick. That was a wonderfully navigated game. Alpaslan, big ups for you. Like from a mulligan to 4, this game lasting as long as it did, absolutely incredible.
Yep, it was a
And
really, really
yeah,
close game.
and notably, he did not have to use the Mistress Village because, well, spells, instants, and sorceries he cast are uncounterable thanks to Sphinx of Final Wars. So that is a thing that
Yes,
I did not
Sphinx.
take into consideration, but well, it was it was a thing in the game. So definitely pretty difficult for Alpastan to work around that.
Yeah, you need to find like an Ultima and then protect it, but you can't protect it without the Mistress Village, so was not look. And I also expect the Ultima to be in the sideboard anyways. So
yeah, well, when you if you know that most control decks in the format will have some copies of the Sphinx in the sideboard, you probably do have to keep some sweepers around, but well, you cannot always give yourself that luxury.
Mm-hmm. So we have finished with round 3. Yannick, congrats to the 3-0. Playing 4-color control, like 4-color trade binder. Lovely deck. I played it myself a lot. I really enjoy this type of control deck. And round 4 is still going on, so we'll have to head into a short break soon. I will try to get Yannick from this round and Alex Schmidt from last round for some winner interviews, maybe, if they are finished their round early. And we can start as soon as round 4 is done. I think you will leave soon, I guess, or
Yeah, maybe I can do like game 1 of the next round as well. But well,
yeah,
if
sure.
anyone else wants to hop in, then that's fine. So if I don't see you, chat, I love you all. Hope you're enjoying the transmissions so far. But well, if you should not definitely go anywhere, as there will be more magic to come, as well as winner's interview.
Yeah, and also I think excellent commentating on your part. Really appreciate the company.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, maybe let's see if Bartek is still in the future rounds, and let's enjoy a short break. I would say 50 minutes for now, and then I will update the timer if the round is not finished yet. So see you guys soon. Bye bye. welcome back, guys. We are here with Alex Schmidhuber. Welcome and
Hello.
congrats on
Thank
your
you.
round 2 win, playing Timo Battlecryer. I know it since you are from, Astor I played sometimes, so we know each other and you're more than one player. How come you're playing Standard today?
I started playing Standard like I started playing Standard since about 1 year ago because I tried the format out and I found some decks that was nice to play. And because this season is only Standard, so I switched more to Standard.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you're playing RCQs this season?
Yes, but I only played one.
Yeah. And next season, also Standard season, so you will continue playing Standard, I guess.
For sure.
Yeah. So you enjoy the format?
Yes, it's nice. I think Standard is much more powerful than 3 years ago, so it makes more fun for me as a modern player. Because earlier ago the Standard was pretty slow and you only had to play weak cards because there were no other cards, and then it wasn't my favorite, but now it works for me.
It kind of feels like old Modern sometimes. You compare decks like with Modern on 2015 or something, killing on turn 4, turn 5.
Yes, the games are not as long as they was before.
Yeah, that's great. So you played Timo Battlecryer today. Is that how you call the deck, or?
Yeah, it's basically Timo Battlecryer.
Yeah, and what do you think about the deck? Is it a good choice into a field full of VV, or?
I saw the VV matchup isn't that bad because you can kill in one turn. You just need some protection. And mono red is also not a big deal because you have life game through
Esper Origins.
Yes, and you also have blockers. This is also very important, and you also play some removal. So it's a good combo, and with the game-winning combo with the Railway Brawler and the Outburst Violence.
The Devastating Onslaught.
Yes, that's the card.
As we saw in game 3, out of nowhere, you just dealt 30 damage, I think. You make a 10-10 and a 20-20, right?
No, they get both 20-20.
Oh, they're both 20.
They see each other. They first get 5 counters, then 10 counters.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah. So this main strategy is to prepare the board and then just out of nowhere deal 40 damage and win.
Yeah, that's
because even if the opponents have a lot of blockers, it doesn't care about that.
Yeah, we saw in game 2 you won with, I think, Esper Origins, the third chapter, buffing your entire team, and it gives trample as well. Right? So playing to the board with the Battlecryer, reducing the cost, just playing all your big creatures and then giving them trample, or one-shotting with the Onslaught.
That's also a good winning strategy. Also, I have a third win option only with Timo Battlecryer. If I have 2 Battlecryers or 2 Onslaught, then I can cope it 2 times. Then I have 4 Battlecryers. I can make 8 copies, and then it's also enough.
That also
they all stack with each other.
So they, like, if you have 2, they reduce it by 4, right? So like factors multiplies. So
the main stuff of the deck is, I think, the Onslaught, but also you have Battlecryer and Esper Origin, which are really good.
And so we saw in your win in both games, kind of, you used Snakeskin Whale, I think?
Yes, I started with them in the sideboard the last times, but now I played one main deck because Standard has a lot of removals, and this also protects the combo. So
you added more of them against VV?
Yes, I have 2 more in the sideboard and also counter spells to handle the hate from the opponents.
Did you know that Alex took out all the VVs, all the Cauldrons?
Yes, because yesterday I played
the last chance.
and he also played, and I heard him talking about his sideboard strategy, so I remember that.
So you didn't even bring in any graveyard hate?
No, not really, because I boarded that green card that can exile a card from graveyard. Yes, because this destroys all that fear of missing outs or the proofs edicts. I bought this in, but not especially graveyard hit.
Okay. Well, thanks for the insights. Congrats on the win, and
thank you.
Good luck for the future rounds, man.
Thank you.
See you in top 8.
I hope also.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Kannst du auch rausgehen. Danke. Ja. Okay, so we are ready to go with round. With round 4. I will ping Barczek so he can join us. Or is he already listening?
I'm here.
Okay, perfect.
I believe I'm not on live, so you can put me on live.
It should be fine now. I mean, I was just full screening my camera, but you were
Okay.
here the
Hello,
entire
everybody.
time.
I'm back here for at least the start of the next round.
Yeah, so Yari told me to try and restart the stream. So I will just end the stream now, restart it immediately. Don't go anywhere, please. And we've also tried a different camera setting for this round if it's better. So just a short, whatever, 30-second break, how long it takes to end and restart the stream. Don't go anywhere. I will do this right now, and then we can go with round 4. Hopefully a better quality. So I'm ending the